Hey guys, how's it going? Super Bowl Sunday. Patriots Rams 13-3. A lot of inclination before the game in terms of scoring. You had obviously the Rams offense, which has been killing it all season, and then you had Brady, who just continues to show up when he needs to, this year specifically, but definitely in recent years. And so, hey, 13-3 guys. What were you guys thinking? Tell me you guys' thoughts. Aaron, go for it. You look like you're anxious.
Uh, I don't really have a lot to say. I think the game sucked from an offensive standpoint. Uh, I think we all predicted low-scoring games
Not
between the four
me.
of us. I don't
No,
think any of
I
us
don't
saw
think I
that
did.
coming.
I'm
I
not
I,
sure
I
any of
thought
us
the
predicted.
Patriots were going to score
I think you meant
42.
high scoring games.
No, I picked a low-scoring game. I think I picked, uh, regardless of what I picked. I don't know. I don't think anybody saw that coming. I guess you can credit the defensive coordinators. Uh, my biggest takeaway from this game is I
Josh
wonder,
McDaniels.
I wonder if all of these Sean McVay happy teams that are looking for the next Sean McVay, Cardinals, teams like that are maybe regretting their decision
No.
because Sean McVay didn't look comfortable in that game from a head coaching standpoint. Jared Goff looked like he looked terrible.
He looked
Jared Goff looked terrible. And I've said it from the beginning. I'm going to stick by my point. The Rams did not deserve to be there. That could not be more evident, especially on the offensive side. Um, Coming from a Broncos fan, I didn't think I'd ever see a game more boring offensively than Super Bowl 50. But tonight proved me wrong. I mean, kind of crazy Super Bowl. Tom Brady gets his sixth, but he only had one Tom Brady-esque drive, and that
That's
was
all
the
he
one that
needed.
sealed the deal. So,
But we all had said, and you even, and I quote, said, I could see Tom Brady not throwing for a single touchdown
yeah,
pass and the Patriots
yes.
still winning, end quote.
No, I agree. I agree. That's
And
what
that's what happened.
credit the defense 110%. And the Patriots defense didn't do anything different they've done the past 2 weeks. That's
Yeah.
the Patriots defense in the playoffs. Kind of the black sheep. I mean, nobody was really talking about them, that how good that defense really was, and it shut down the best offense in the league or I should say 2 weeks ago, and the second best offense in the league this week. I mean, that this is their Super Bowl, and Julian Edelman played amazing. But that's really all I've got to say about it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Alex. What do you think?
I thought it was a mediocre defensive display. I thought, yeah, defense showed up. The play calling did not. Neither coach opened up that playbook. They were way too conservative. Oh, let's run the ball. Oh, look at that. Defense made an amazing tackle for a loss. Cool. Neither one of these offenses showed up. Neither play calling coach showed up. It was just awful in my opinion.
Yeah, I think from a play calling perspective, the Rams played right into New England's hands. Like New England, they'll take that all day long. That kind of game plan, they'll take it, in my opinion. 17, 18, 19 weeks of the year, because they seem to be there 19 weeks in every year. The Rams play calling was garbage, and the Patriots just did what they needed to.
Like 29 yards in the first quarter? What in the world?
The first half was a snooze fest. The second half got a little interesting in some aspects, but go ahead, Charles. What do you think?
Why is everyone saying that these coaches, like, oh, it was a boring game? The ball was getting moved by the Patriots. The Patriots
By the
basically
Patriots.
had
Yeah,
400 yards of offense. But Alex, you just said that it was a horrible display of coaching. Neither offensive coach could do anything. 400 yards of offense. 400 yards of offense is great. 400 yards of offense.
195 yards. Yeah. Okay, cool. In the second half.
What are you reading? Okay. 400 yards offense and they won the game. What more do you want?
what more do I want? As a football fan, I want to see football.
No, you don't. You want to see new era.
Yeah.
You guys want to see new era football. That's the problem with a lot of modern day fans. You guys want to see new era football, run and gun, 50 to 65. That's not a game. This today was a game. It was defense, run in your mouth when we have to, and then dink and dunk, get me the ball 10, 20 yards. Every now and then, obviously, to Julian Edelman, and Gronkowski showed up a few times. That's beautiful football. That is beautiful football.
Did Tom Brady throw to anyone else other than Gronk and Edelman?
Did he have to?
I think
Why does that matter? I don't understand what you're saying. If Case Keenum threw to Cortland Sutton,
Why
and
are you
Phil
bringing up
Lindsay to win
Case
a
Keenum?
Super Bowl,
Case Keenum's
because-
not in the Super Bowl.
I'm just saying.
Come on,
I'm just
Brady,
saying.
come on.
I'm just saying.
Jesus.
If he threw to only two people and you guys won the Super Bowl, you guys would be, oh my God, yay! So what's the deal? It's
What's
good
the
football.
difference?
He did what he had to do to win the game, and that's what Tom Brady and Bill Belichick will go down in history, doing better than anyone else.
So you are basically saying that Tom Brady didn't win that game,
no,
No.
Tom Brady did not win the game.
but he did.
It was a
He
team
Is that
effort.
what you're saying?
It was a team effort, but there's 28 quarterbacks in the NFL who couldn't make that Gronkowski throw. That was a beautiful throw.
It was.
That's what I'm.
Yeah,
There's 28
not
quarterbacks
taking anything
who-
away.
There's 28 quarterbacks who would not listen to their offensive coordinator in the NFL when he says run the same play against this stout defense, because the Rams played fairly good. You know, they were hitting, etc., running around. Run the same play 4 times in a row against this defense. There's 28 quarterbacks who'd be like, you know what? Let's change it to a run. Let's switch up the pace a little bit. Maybe, hey, I'm gonna audible my X to go on a slant instead of going straight down the field. That's Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, and Josh McDaniels just proving what they've always proved to everybody. It's great football. I love the game. That was awesome.
You're one of the only ones.
And Jared Goff, by the way, real quick, Steve, sorry.
It's okay.
Jeff Fisher was onto something. If you guys think about, okay, this is my first round pick. If I'm Jeff Fisher, this is my first round pick. I'm going to give him the ball. I'm going to put the ball in his hands 100% of the time. Not really, but like above probably 70% of the time, and let him do what he does as my first round pick, as my franchise. And now you're seeing when the ball is in Jared Goff's hands, these games are a lot different than when that ball is in Todd Gurley and he's actually doing his job's hands. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Jeff Fisher wasn't the complete problem down in LA. Not saying he was a great coach by any means, but I mean,
I'm going to say that the most disappointing player the last 6 weeks or since his return, Todd Gurley. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Does he not have – he had no business being in that game whatsoever. I mean, I don't know what his deal was. Maybe he didn't come back healthy enough. Maybe he got in his head. I don't know. He was not an MVP candidate that he was the first 6-7 weeks of the year. He was terrible. The last few weeks, he was terrible.
In a day and age when we report everything, if someone has a scar on their left ass cheek, sorry for the cursing, we say that, we have to put it on their injury report. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing on the injury report that says that his knee is still harboring him from playing 100%. So what is the deal? Like you said, Aaron, I don't know if it's something mental, like, they brought in this guy to, challenge me, that's not what Sean McVay was doing at all. He was like, hey, you're our workhorse. Let me take some work off of you, because if it's not on you, it's on Jared Goff, and God knows what happens when it's on him.
Because C.J. Anderson didn't have a good game either.
No.
I mean, no one on the Rams had a good game at all, except for maybe Johnny Hecker. He had a great game, longest punt and Super Bowl.
So what are we going to blame that on? Are we going to blame it on the Patriots defense or the Rams play calling?
I'm going to blame it on Sean McVay.
On the play calling.
And Steve, I know you're probably itching to go, but
Okay, it's okay.
It's Sean McVay. He's supposed to be this offensive guru. This is the guy. This is going to be the next generation of football. This is what the NFL is going to turn into. And Sean McVay proved ineffective. And that's this is kind of the final straw. Offense can win you games. Offense will get you there, but it's not going to win you a championship. And the Rams defense was not good all year long to win a championship. The Patriots defense showed up out of nowhere, but credit them. They've been consistent. since since the divisional round, they've been flawless essentially. Go ahead, Steve. I want to hear what you have to say.
It's okay. Clearly, I mean, what do we always say, right? Defense wins championships. That was more of a testament on what New England did defensively to, I think, at least just to take away everything that the Rams do well, right? Run the ball, run play action, get deep crossing patterns across the field, and do what they need to do there. And clearly, Goff was completely thrown off his game.
Lost.
I mean, he looked lost and confused that whole game. I mean, he didn't know. I don't know if it was. I don't know if it was nerves. I don't know if it was just like. I mean, it seemed like New England was in the backfield every single time, and he was getting up off off the ground every single play. Like he was getting knocked down, he was getting hit. They were physical. They took out the running game.
That play where he got hit running out of bounds. I jumped out of my seat. I loved seeing that.
Well, yeah,
hit that quarterback. This quarterback hasn't been there before. He's young. He can't handle it. I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, go down, slide, do something, like just give up. Like at that point, you weren't going to do anything that was going to make that big of a difference in that game. And I just think the Rams as a whole, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it was. I have no idea. I think Charles is gone.
Terrible.
We lost Charles.
Yeah,
he's frozen.
He'll be back. Right. He'll be back. But
that's okay.
I think Jared Goff, being a young quarterback, the only way for him to evolve into a great quarterback is to question his coach. Get it in the face of the coach. Yeah,
I don't think that was McVay. I think that was New England just having a better game plan on defense for the entire thing. I mean, they forced Jared Goff to throw the ball. That's not who he is.
At the very end.
Mind.
Okay.
Mind. That's Jared Goff taking a sack when he had the ball for 6-7 seconds. He had the ball for 6 or 7 seconds, scanned the whole field twice, and still took a sack on third down. Terrible. Not that they were in the field goal range, but period. Doesn't matter. Then it's taking a hit. Then it's taking a hit out of bounds. Throw the ball away. Throw it away. Like, he takes a hit. I don't care how strong you are. That's going to hurt. And it hurts your team because you lost 9 yards on the play. Mm-hmm. The third one, the last one, is that interception that essentially sealed the game. Like,
yeah, it was a zero blitz and
to bring the house. That defense brought the house. I credit Bill Belichick on that because he called it at the perfect time. But don't throw that ball. You threw up a jump ball. Stephon Gilmore, who had a phenomenal game, aside from maybe one holding play. Jared Goff looked.
Kyle Van played real quick. He played really, really, really good.
He did. And
sorry.
Can we give the MVP to the Patriots punter and Slater, the gunner?
Yeah, Matthew Slater was.
How many downs did they had inside the 5-6 yard line? I mean, it's hard to win a game when you're starting every drive on your own 5.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it showed like experience and just the overall. It just seemed like the Patriots were calm.
They're just ready. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like
Patriots. What did you?
Yeah, but it seemed like they were fine. They were calm. It was like They looked like it was a preseason game. Like, and it just seemed like maybe the Rams might have been a little too amped up, and then they got punched in the mouth, and they're like, "Oh no, we're in the Super Bowl, guys." And Tom Brady's across the field, Bill Belichick's across the field, and we can't move the ball at all.
And I think this is why I'm a little upset. I'm not upset with the outcome by any means because figured New England was going to win anyways. But I think any other team that played that Patriots team today would have beat them by 20, 25 points.
Well, and Alex, to play to your point, because I kind of thought that. But then I kind of had an epiphany, like 3/4 of the way through. I was thinking to myself, the Saints would beat this Patriots team, hands down. But let's look at their 9 Super Bowls collectively. Their 3 losses, not even that. Let's just say this: every single time the Patriots have played in the Super Bowl, it's been right there till the very end.
That game was in their hands. They were in control. Even though the score might have not completely shown complete control, they were in control. That the game ran how they wanted it the whole time.
And I think that's how it's been the 9 Super Bowls. Their first one, they win by a field goal. They're right where they want to be. Their second one, God, that was so long ago. I don't even remember how it ended, but I know it wasn't a blowout. It was close. Third one, close. The 3 that they lost, extremely close.
Mm-hmm.
2 incredible catches by New York. Yeah. And then 1, the Eagles, Nick Foles. I don't know. That game's kind of an enigma in a sense that it was super high scoring, and the Eagles actually had an answer for everything the Patriots were doing. And then this one, like every single Super Bowl they've been in seems like it comes down to the wire because the Patriots are so calm, cool, and collected.
This is the biggest win that they've had in a Super Bowl.
But the more I sit here and think about it and process this, and this is so raw after the Super Bowl, we're all still kind of digesting it a little bit. The Patriots play so well to their opponents and what they're doing. They're going to take what they give them, and they're not going to do too much.
Yep. It's almost like a voodoo mind control. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, okay, we're going to give you this. And this whole time, you're like, oh, we're gaining. You know, if you're the Rams, oh, we just got a 10, 12-yard run. Todd Gurley's, he's feeling it. And then you come back, punch them in the mouth 3 times, they have to punt.
Yeah, I mean, it's too easy to sit there and say that the New Orleans Saints would have beaten the Patriots. No, it probably would have been a different game plan. The Patriots probably would have played a whole different style of game, and they probably win it. And they probably shut down Drew Brees like they shut down the Rams. And they probably, you give Belichick 2 weeks to prepare. Hey, they shut down Mahomes just enough to win, right? Just enough. And that's all they needed to win against Kansas City. And I think it would have been very similar against New Orleans.
Alex made a great point, and all of our listeners, tell us what you think, honestly, in your opinion. But Alex made a comment halfway through the game. You know, can Kansas City and New Orleans play each other next week? Like, that'd be such an entertaining game. And I watched this game, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm just drooling for a Drew Brees, Patrick Mahomes game. But now that the chips are down and the dust is settled, I think it ended the way it needed to. Honestly,
I would have been livid if LA would have won. It just wasn't meant to be. You know, even their mannerisms leading into the game, you see LA stretching as if they were in high school in the locker room. You know, Jared Goff has his headphones on. It's just a very, very odd scene. Patriots players are standing up. They're giving interviews. Bill Belichick's even giving interviews. You could just tell they were just relaxed and ready. You know, it wasn't like oh God, this is the Super Bowl. It was like, oh, this is a Sunday night game. Go, like let's go get the dub.
That's the luxury of it being your 9th Super Bowl.
Serious.
It's crazy. Now, for maybe a different topic for a different video. Greatest athlete ever, 6 titles in 9 appearances.
Athlete.
No, not athlete.
I'm not talking about his athleticism, but I'm talking about across the 4 sports, the 4 major sports. 6 titles and 9 appearances.
I think football's too much of a team sport.
Exactly. We all know it's the hardest trophy to win.
I'd argue the Stanley Cup is.
He's got 6 of them.
That's fair. That's fair. The Stanley Cup is pretty hard.
Bill Russell has 11. I mean, you know, but
in the modern era, I mean, Brady
get out of here with Bill Russell.
Is doing unbelievable things that we're never going to see ever again in the NFL. But like, I don't know. I think it's too much of a team sport. I think there's too many things that go on, like that everything has to click right in the NFL to do this.
But you have to realize, and I'm not a Tom Brady fan. I'm not a Patriots fan. Everyone here can attest to that. If you've seen our previous videos, you'll see me go off. I'm not a Patriots fan. But we've been having the exact same conversation year in and year out for 19 years. That's almost as long as I've been alive. We've been talking about the Patriots and Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. And it's getting a little annoying, to be 100% honest with you. Like, Tom Brady's got 4 more years of this shit.
I don't know. I think he's gonna fall off that cliff fast before 45.
And he's on a steady decline. I think it's not the Tom Brady where if you need 460 in 16 games every game, he's not gonna do that anymore. But
when he can do this every game, why not?
Yeah, but they have to get back here, and I just think with the emergence of what's coming out of the AFC soon. I mean, you've got Pat Mahomes, you've got hey, Baker Mayfield in Cleveland, I have to get him in here. There are a lot of young Deshaun Watson in Houston. I mean, there are a lot of good young quarterbacks in the AFC that are hungry, that are coming, and I just don't think New England's going to be able to sustain this for much longer with an aging Tom Brady.
That's what
I don't
we've been
know.
saying. It's 3 years.
No, I get it. We've been talking about this forever. I get that, but like 42, 43 is a lot different than 42, and then 44 is a lot different than 42, and then it's just like as you get older, man, like you can tell that he has lost a step. He's
What
not
little
the same.
steps he
He's
had?
not the same.
When did he
quarterback.
have a step?
Does
He's
he
not-
need to be there? If
Okay,
he has a
lost
defense
the
like
step
that and a
picture.
competent running game, and I hate to say it, an aging Tom Brady is better than 80% of the quarterbacks in this league. Like, it doesn't matter how old he is, if he can manage a game and just run the offense from the line of scrimmage and feed it through his young, stellar running back, who cares? I don't want to see it just as much as the next guy, but Tom Brady can be successful in this league till he's 40, 50, 60, 70. It doesn't matter.
No, I mean sooner or later you have to
He
win a
doesn't throw
game throwing a
hard
football.
anyway.
Sooner or later you
Fair.
have to do that. Teams are going to start saying, "Oh, okay, it's our turn to start taking away the run game and forcing Tom Brady to throw the ball."
I challenge you guys to do the research maybe, and I'll do the research even too. How many passes did Tom Brady complete this game where the ball traveled more than 8 yards in the air? I'd be curious to see.
I've been saying that all
Except
season
for the
long.
Gronk
And
throw.
according to you guys, and according to you guys,
His whole career,
Alex
essentially.
Smith should be in the league still because he's so great at. I guess he is still in the league, but he should be.
You
Yeah.
hate Alex Smith for no reason.
I don't hate Alex Smith. I hate your guys' argument over that. God.
Listen, Alex Smith, I'm not even going to talk about it. That's for
Okay,
another week.
We're talking the Super Bowl. The
Guys.
Super Bowl. I mean, I don't know. It was kind of I guess it was the right Super Bowl to end this season. Boring Super Bowl, kind of a boring season.
I don't know how this was a
You know-
boring season. Like this was one of the most exciting football seasons in a very, very long time.
I just really, really didn't want the Rams to win because they flat out did not deserve to be there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'd be willing to bet all four of us would think a Saints-Patriots Super Bowl would have been far more entertaining.
On paper,
Saints-Chiefs have been pretty good too, but I've got a
on
Chiefs
paper,
fan.
we could say that. But I mean, the
clearing.
Rams were the second-ranked offense in the league. I mean, if they couldn't put up more than 3, how much could the Saints could have done?
Let me ask you this question, and this will be the last question I really ask. If I came to you 3, week 1, and said the Patriots are going to be in the Super Bowl, but they only score 13 points, do any of you guys tell me that the Patriots win that game?
No.
Yes, because if that's all the Patriots need to score, I mean,
I'm not
that's
saying
all
all
they
they
said
need
no.
to score. I'm saying that's all they score.
At
The
the
Patriots
beginning
scored
of
13 points, and they won the Super Bowl. I've never thought of the Patriots as a defensive team. Not once in my life.
Yeah.
I'd have been shocked if you came up to me and said the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl and only score 13 points. Are you
That's true.
joking? Like
No,
I thought
you're right. You're right.
And when the Broncos won the Super Bowl and scored as little as they did. Like, it's amazing what this league is turning into, and it's this faux pas, this idea that the league is heading in this offensive direction. This Sean McVay driven league, it never has been, it never will be an offensive league. This is going to be a defensive league forever. I mean, it's incredible. 2014 or 2013, 2015, 2019.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I mean, you're right. Sean McVay is, I mean, I don't know. Who knows? I mean, maybe they're back
I don't
there
know.
next year. Maybe they figured out. I mean, the
Oh,
offenses have been, I mean, yeah, offense has been the name of the game in the NFL lately, but it looks like, I mean, the old adage, defense wins championships.
I have one thing, then I'm done because I'm tired of talking about it already. But coaching, going back to coaching, Sean McVay has the Patriots down on the 2-yard line with what, 2 timeouts? They knee it. Why did with 26 seconds left? Why didn't he use? Yeah, they punted the ball. The Patriots had the ball on the 2-yard line to go in a half.
Oh, at the end of the first half. Okay.
Yeah. Why didn't he use his 2 timeouts?
Because it's irrelevant.
But you're
They
just
would've run
moving the ball back.
No, he would have just fallen forward, and they would have never gotten the safety there. That they would have never.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying get the safety.
But you ended up giving Tom Brady more time.
But
That's
you
all.
know the
Why would
you
he
knew
call
that
the timeouts?
because why
For
not?
what reason?
So
Because
tired
you're
of
giving
playing.
Tom Brady more time.
Well, no, it's irrelevant because they would have just gone. They would have kneeled. They would have continued to kneel it until halftime. There's
How do
no
you know
way
that?
they were getting.
How
the
do you
ball
know
back.
that? Because according to Charles, he's saying you give Tom Brady more time. So there's your chance to get the safety.
You're not getting the safety because New England's not going to do anything at that point.
Well,
All right.
If you get down to if they keep kneeling the ball, regardless, if that ball gets to the 1-yard line for whatever reason, you cannot kneel the ball on the 1-yard line. You've got to. You have to.
Exactly.
So I understand what Alex is saying, but at the same point, I agree with Steve. It's kind of a moot point at that aspect.
It's a 3-0
Nobody sees
game.
how that game is going to turn out. You know, it's a 3-0 game.
And what did the final score turn out to be?
If I was the Rams, I'm content going into that halftime 3-0.
Because you got beat the whole first half.
If I'm the Patriots, I'm content going into the halftime 3-0. Like I think both coaches were happy with
99-yard touchdown run. You give up a 99-yard touchdown run.
I'd say you have a better chance of getting a safety than letting that
I don't know. Ask Charles about that 99-yard touchdown run.
Anyway, any last points from any of you guys? We're gonna wrap it up here.
I'm good. I didn't think I had so much to say.
Yeah.
You always do.
Boring Super Bowl.
I love it. Fucking love it.
It was so well, guys. For Alex, Aaron, and Steve, I'm Charles. We're gonna be signing off here. Just let us know what you guys are thinking. I loved it. If you guys hated it, let us know. If you guys loved it, let us know. Like, comment, subscribe. Sports Weaknesses Podcast, Instagram, Twitter. And then look us up on YouTube. Check out our videos and maybe even get in on one. All right. Thank you guys.